Welcome to episode 1424 of the Multifamily Collective. Today I wanted to talk about being left to your own devices. And I started the episode out by staring at my phone, and there's a pause or a little bit of delay before the talking starts. But I was on my way into the office this morning. I was thinking about this idea of leaving people to their own devices. And I instantly thought of device as my smartphone. And I thought if I'm left to my own devices, and I think no one is immune to this these days unless you are absolutely intentional, so intentional that you buy old school flip phones, or some people refer to them as dumb phones. Yes, they do make them, still make them. Um, but if we're left to our own devices, our natural inclination is to be distracted by whatever it is that is in our environment, right? If you want to get down to focus work or to doing focus work, many times it's led by distraction or procrastination or being left to our own devices. We do whatever is not the thing we want to do in an effort to avoid the thing we want to do. We just do stuff and things. It's amazing how you can clean your entire house because you want to avoid doing some kind of other high value activity. Even though it's of high value, you just avoid doing it by doing other stuff. So left to our own devices, we many times delay the outcome that we are chasing or the outcome that we desire. So my encouragement to you today is to get really intentional about those things that you want to achieve in your life, so intentional about them that you put pen to paper. I know many times if people hear the word goal, they automatically get this. It's like as if they're hearing about a disease or a virus, and they can't wrap their head around the idea of a goal. Call it a target, call it anything you want to call it, just to make it accessible, right? Put something out there in the future that you're going to chase after, that you desire to achieve. Performance driven and or character development driven, whatever it is, just put it out there in the future. Then get really intentional about waking up every morning and creating small wins for yourself. There have been books written about making your bed and how making your bed is a small win that gets some momentum going, that allows you, if done repetitively, if done with discipline, it allows you to avoid that distraction, that procrastination that would take you off of the path that gets you to achieving your goals. So be intentional about small wins in the morning. Create rituals for yourself in the morning. Create routines for yourself in the morning. Make it non-negotiable time. I label that time for myself as prime time. I get up at 4:30 every morning. Between 4:30 and 8 o'clock every morning is prime time for me. And I have a very ritualistic set of things that I do during that period of time that gets me primed rather for the day. It allows me to avoid distractions first thing in the morning. And that momentum that I create in that prime time area of my life allows me to carry that momentum into the day so that I can stay focused on those things that I want to achieve as a person, as a professional, as a member of my community, and so on and so forth. And so my encouragement to you today is get really, really, really disciplined about not being left to your own devices, especially in the morning while you're trying to get your day going, while you're trying to create momentum. Create a very ritualistic way of spending those first few hours of your day and make them non-negotiable. And there are some days where you literally have to will yourself to make things happen, to get things done. But on those days, use that will, push yourself, get that discipline set in place for all that you will become, because it's worth it. And it keeps you away from being distracted. Take care. We'll talk to you again soon.